Welcome into Orem High School in the Pro Look Shootout. Game one of day number 2. We've got the Centennial Bulldogs out of Las Vegas, Nevada, wearing the white uniforms, ready to take on the Wasatch Academy Tigers. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Dane Stewart here to bring you this matchup. Wasatch Academy, top 15 team in the country. Had an impressive day one yesterday, a solid win over Queen Creek, and they come out firing early. How about Richie Saunders able to hit the corner three, and just like that, the Tigers on the board just 10 seconds into the contest. Here's a drive into the paint from Comanche. Left it short, offensive rebound for the Dogs. Three-point try, no good, and Lohner comes up with an impressive rebound. Caleb Lohner, future Utah Ute. Had a nice game yesterday for Wasatch Academy as Pop tried to get it back to Saunders in the corner. Was broken up. Comanche coming down, blocked away by Colomero, but a traveling call on Comanche instead. Comanche, we saw him last night, a loss for Centennial to the Orem Tigers. Lost that game by 2, but he really helped bring the Bulldogs back in that one. A strong second half. They nearly came away with the win. And it was much the defense and dribble drive of Comanche as Colomero in the paint, able to float it up, couldn't get it. Offensive rebound by the Flying Squirrel. Able to work around in the paint, still couldn't get it to go. Lohner with a follow off the glass. The bench wanted to travel on Colomero. I actually thought that he did move his feet a little bit. Coach Noah Hartsock, a former BYU basketball player, didn't get the call as Colomero able to save it, but did so to the Bulldogs. Long three from Anderson. The first points of the contest for Centennial coming from Austin Anderson, their 6'1" senior guard and one of their better shooters from beyond the arc. As here's Pop. That was blocked, but it goes right to Colomero in the paint. And Colomero with his off touch, his first bucket of the contest. Good action here up and down the floor in the early piece, or early part. Lohner going to be called for the foul here, coming out to try to defend Ruiz.
Reaches charge number 13, Caleb Lohner's first team foul for the Tigers.
First personal on Lohner and the first team foul on Wasatch Academy. As that ball thrown in and broken up by Mike Saunders, but he walked with it. So a turnover there by Wasatch Academy as Centennial inbounds into the backcourt. Here's Comanche. Boy, he's going to earn his effort today, having to go up against Mike Saunders Jr., one of the quicker guards you will see ever. As that ball tipped up, Ruiz couldn't get it, and here come the Tigers. Here's Isaacs into the paint. Pop with a nice step. 9-3 the advantage here for the Tigers. He's able to get a transition bucket via their sophomore guard. Anderson with a nice take. How about the left finish on the reverse lay-in? And that's a difficult shot for the seniors. Got all 5 points for Centennial. Saunders inside, draws the contact, and Richie gonna head to the line here for Wasatch Academy. 5:19 left in our opening quarter. Want to remind you, we'll have the rest of the tournament here in Orem, Utah, the Pro Look Shootout, coming to you right here on live.ksl.com and the High School Rewind YouTube channel. 3 more games today after this one, and all 4 tomorrow starting at 3 p.m. as well, as Saunders goes 1 of 2 on his trip at the line. Doubles up the Bulldogs 10-5. Comanche trapped. Got to get this across the timeline. Anderson trying to hurry, will do it. But it's Isaacs forcing the turnover. Pop to lay it in. Richard Isaacs with the forced turnover and the lay-in. Nice steal there by Pop as Anderson trying to answer again. That shot no good. Offensive rebound going up is Ruiz. Colomero back. Isaacs a long 3 to answer Richard Isaacs. Able to hit the long ball. 15-7 the advantage for the Tigers. Comanche, boy, tough finish there. As he's almost parallel with that backboard and Nice job that time by Craig Comanche, the junior. We get a nice finish. Saunders thought about the three and then walked with it. Did a double take and ended up turning it over. Timeout. Tigers 15-9. They have the lead over the Centennial Bulldogs. You're watching the Pro Look Shootout. Coming out of the Wasatch Academy timeout. It's Bulldog basketball. Colomero. Some good defense. Centennial able to pass out of it. Good recovery there by the Tigers. Lohner was there to try to take that away or take the lane away from Ruiz. And now Centennial will set up the offense. Midway point in our first quarter. 15-9 the advantage for the designated visitors out of Mount Pleasant, Utah, the Wasatch Academy Tigers. Trying to create that resume for another trip to the Geico National Tournament. Went last year, lost a game in the opening round as Comanche with another floater in the paint is good for Comanche, and he's off to a strong start for the Bulldogs here today. Colomero back with Isaacs. Isaacs, a nice pump fake, gives it to Lohner in the paint. Lohner with a spin move, and that might have been blocked, but Lohner gets it back and then throws it off of Centennial. Heady play, pun intended there by Caleb Lohner. Saunders to inbound for the Tigers. That pass deflected, and then dual possession there. Forced by Centennial. Might have been Turner. No, excuse me. It was Elijah Hart. The sophomore able to tie things up. And the jump ball gives it to the Dogs. Comanche, Saunders defending him. One handed off. And we've got, the clock had a clock issue. It's official crew all over that as a substitution for Wasatch Academy. And Big Foose coming in for the Tigers as Colomero will head to the bench. We get to see a lot of Wasatch Academy. And if you're wondering why someone would want to go to Wasatch Academy, Foose is a great example. It was a good block there. Couldn't tell if it was Saunders or Foose, one of them. But Foose, a young man, got limited minutes last year, and what he's brought here this year, oh my goodness, he looks like an entirely different player. Just a junior, 6'7", nice big man down low for Coach Evans. As that pass somehow was able to be corralled by Comanche to the floor to try to keep it. Now Ruiz on the floor, and we'll get another dual possession here. Coach Evans, you could hear him. It's an early afternoon game, and his feedback to his team was they're getting every loose ball. And it is true. The hustle of Centennial in this first quarter has been impressive. Wasatch Academy, this is a team that, particularly against in-state competition, not uncustomary for them to have double-digit leads in the first quarter. They haven't had one yet here as Lohner able to take that baseline drive, finish off the glass, and that lead pushed up to 6. Near side with Hart. Comanche hands it back to Anderson. Ritchie able to steal it away. And that one defended well there by Anderson, was able to battle it off of the thigh of Saunders, and he couldn't track it down from going out. Akeem Hilton coming on the floor here for Centennial. Here's Milton. Ruiz, high post, hands off to Comanche. Comanche a drive through the lane, gets it to roll. Comanche again with a nice take. Good start here for Craig Comanche as a kick out. Saunders for three off the front of the rim, and Ritchie able to grab the offensive rebound. Good entry to Foose, and Foose was too strong with it. Well, I don't know if he lost his positioning underneath, but couldn't get the finish as Comanche draws the contact. He's a little slow to get up. He'll head to the line. That was a hard foul. You could hear it through the gym. Comanche still down.
Personal down, Mike Saunders is hurt.
So the junior will have 2 free throws coming up. So 2 free throws. First one good.
Subbing for Centennial. Number 3, Shane Thomas on the floor.
Second try, no good, and Ritchie comes up with the rebound for the Tigers. Here's Isaacs, a deep three again. Pop with another triple, and I think both that he's hit have been a good 3 feet beyond the three-point line. For those of you who have not been to Geno Morgan Court, they do have kind of a taped collegiate three-point line, and he's practicing that range here at the Pro Look Shootout. 20-14 the advantage for the Tigers as we approach 1 minute left here in the opening quarter. Comanche with a step-back three, that no good as Lohner was able to close out defensively. Mike Saunders Jr. brings it across the timeline. Pop again. That one no good. Foose had the rebound but was lost to Ruiz as the Bulldogs see if they hold here for the last possession. Looks like they might. Clock down to 30 seconds left in the opening quarter. Comanche. Mike Saunders was defending him tightly. He'll do that. We mentioned one of the quicker guards you'll see, and now Lohner going to pick up his second foul of the contest as Hart was able to catch Caleb being aggressive. And a substitution here late in the quarter for the Tigers. Brennan Rigsby, the junior guard, will come on the floor for Mike Saunders Jr. Clock down to 15. Here's Milton. Clock's inside of 10 seconds left. 5 on the clock. Got to get a shot. Into the paint, off the glass, and gets it to go. How about Elijah Hart? Able to get the angle, and the Wasatch Academy Tigers have a lead, but the Bulldogs hanging in there, 20-16 after the first quarter. You're watching the Pro Look Shootout on live.ksl.com. Start of the second quarter, 20-16 the advantage for Wasatch Academy. How about Centennial. We mentioned they lost a tough one last night to Orem. Boy, they are hanging in this ball game early. As a foul here, Foos going to pick up the personal. It's going to be the 4th team foul on the Tigers. Ruiz passes over with Milton. Hart showing some patience. In the corner, Comanche the 3, no good. And Foos with the rebound. Richie Saunders was running the floor. He'll pick it up baseline. Richie with the corner 3, able to rattle it in. Richie Saunders starts the second just like he started the first with a corner 3. That lead pushed up to 7. Richie, the future BYU Cougar, has a foul here, and this is going to be on Foos again. So 2 quick fouls on Foos here, just the first minute of the second quarter. And this time it will send Centennial to the line.
Shooting the line for Centennial, number 1, Keeman Hilton.
Fifth team foul on the Tigers is the first free throw for Milton. No good. Substitutions for the Bulldogs includes Logan Griffin and Austin Anderson. Second free throw for Milton won't go, and the rebound is to Foos and the Tigers. Colomero over to Saunders. Richie, another 3. That one no good, and the rebound is to the Bulldogs. Picked off by Isaacs. Pop again. Richard Isaacs, his defense has been great. He's got a couple steals today. He's converted those into buckets and a pair of 3s as well. Great start for the sophomore guard, Richard Isaacs. Is Colomero able to steal one away? Ahead for Richie. Richie able to save it. Wow, great job by Richie. That looked like it might have been just off the fingertips and was able to track it down. Colomero, boy, sneaky pass inside to Foos, but too hot to handle. As Caleb Lohner will come back on the floor here for Wasatch Academy. He's got 2 personal fouls. Foos will head to the bench. He has 2 as well. Approaching 6 minutes left here in the first half. 5-0 start to this second quarter for the Tigers as Lohner comes up on the help D, but that time it's Hart able to loft it over. First points of the quarter for Centennial. Isaacs, another 3. Boy, I think I've seen Wasatch Academy 3 times this year, maybe 4. And I've not seen Isaacs shoot the ball from range this well. Yet he is dialed in. How about that answer by Anderson, and a timeout going to be taken by Wasatch Academy. 28-21, the Dogs won't go away. 28-21 Wasatch Academy. Centennial, boy, they have had gutty performances today here to hang close. Wasatch Academy looking for that pull-away run as Pop left that short. Anderson up top. Over with Milton. Mike Saunders Jr. getting ready to check in at the next whistle for Wasatch Academy. Anderson, just not much space there, able to create a little bit, but that's a tough three and not able to find it. Is nice job by Isaacs to contest. Colomero a step through. Open three for Anderson, no good, and Lohner with the offensive rebound. Here comes Caleb over to Richie. Richie a baseline drive, tried to dunk it, couldn't get it, saved by Rigsby. Timeout. Taken again. 30-21, 4:16 left in the first half. Out of the timeout, Richie Saunders needed some medical attention for the Tigers. They lob to Lohner. Man, you just never know when you're going to be able to provide a team update when Caleb Lohner is going to soar through and just blow your call. Caleb Lohner, an impressive dunk off the inbound pass, and a lead pushed up to 11. Stolen. Mike Saunders, and this foul on the floor. Be the second team foul on Centennial. So ways away from free throws here. 3:44 left in the first half. How about Lohner able to show a little long-range game as well? Can play at the rim, can play 20 feet away from it. And there's that little run we just talked about. Remember, Centennial was kind of hanging around, 4-6 point spread, and next thing you know, it's 14 and a turnover, and the Tigers getting ready to come down for more. Mike Saunders with Colomero, now near side Rigsby. You mentioned that Richie Saunders had head off. I thought he was just bleeding. He was holding that wrist, but we haven't seen him come back. Here's Isaacs, kicks over. Mike Saunders Jr. able to hit the three.
Mike Saunders.
A number of trays, the last from Lohner and Saunders, and it's 38-21 timeout, Centennial. out of the timeout. The lead pushed up to 17. It was a 4-point advantage starting this second quarter. It was 20-16 at the end of the first. It's been an 18-5 start to the second quarter for Wasatch Academy. We mentioned it's what they do. Comanche, the pull-up, and that's the young man that Centennial has to find to get going. We mentioned a close game last night. Centennial trailed by 19 in that ball game to Orem, came back to get it to one possession, had a shot to win at the end. They didn't hit it. They've come back from double-digit deficits having this tournament, did it last night. But this is a much different opponent than the Orem High Tigers, as Lohner couldn't get the first shot to go. Offensive rebound and gets fouled on the putback. Caleb Lohner will head to the line.
Personals on number 15, Brandon Ruiz, his second. Lohner will shoot 2.
Mentioned Lohner committed to go to the University of Utah, and Ute fans, get ready. You've got a young point guard up there right now, and when you factor this young man with him, some of the other talent, that's going to be a really good program. Excited to watch Caleb Lohner stay here in the state of Utah, go play Pac-12. He's at the line. He missed the second. Our apologies on the scoreboard. Get that fixed. 39-23, our score here. Comanche gives it back, long three here from Thomas that rims out. How about Mike Saunders Jr., Route 66 all the way to the hoop. 41-23. And we had a piece on the floor, so we'll stop, get that cleaned up.
For the Bulldogs, number 5.
1:40 left here in our second quarter. Rigsby nearly came up with a steal or the tie ball. Comanche able to wrestle it away. Rigsby, a new addition to this Wasatch Academy team this year. Good shooter. We've seen him hit hot streaks in some of the early games this season. It's Thomas. It's defended by Colomero. They switch up top. Now Colomero marking Williams. Thomas left it short. Lohner again with another rebound. Boy, he's got 5 or 6 already as we finally see Saunders coming back. Mike Saunders to the rim. Count the bucket and the foul. Mike Saunders, told you folks, you will not find many guards quicker than Mike Saunders Jr. How about that step to the rim? And one opportunity as the lead pushed up to 20. We mentioned we just saw Richie Saunders came back on, looked like he's got a splint on a pair of his fingers holding an ice bag. He went up to try to dunk the ball early in this second quarter, came out immediately at a timeout, and has been off the floor. He is smiling and jovial with some of his teammates on the bench, so believe that he is likely okay. Here's a three-point try from Comanche. No, excuse me, Thomas. Able to hit the triple. We're approaching 30 seconds left. Mike Saunders Jr. lost that one on the way up. He thought he was fouled. The officials didn't see it, as Hart will hand this back off with Anderson. 15 seconds left. Heard calls for the last shot from that Bulldog bench. Anderson tried to hand that back to Blanner. They turned it over. Here comes Saunders Jr. And boy, he came down hard. Tried to dunk it, came up short as that three won't go, and the first half comes to a close. 43-26, the Tigers, a productive second quarter on the prowl. They lead the Bulldogs here in the Pro Look Shootout. Halftime, we'll have the second half for you right after this from Orem, Utah. Welcome back here to the Pro Look Shootout from Orem, Utah. First game of day number 2. The Wasatch Academy Tigers out of Mount Pleasant, Utah, top 15 team in the country, leading the Centennial Bulldogs out of Las Vegas, Nevada, 43-26. Was a 4-point game after the first quarter, and then Wasatch Academy, the offense really started to come together in the second. How about Richie Saunders? Mentioned he left that second quarter with an injury. See, that right hand, 2 fingers taped up. He appears to be okay as that drive right to the rim. Able to float it up and good, and the lead back up here to 19. Largely the contest was 20. Power dribble by Ruiz, left it short. Lohner with the rebound. Lohner a kick out, extra passes. Pop, will pop for 3. Richard Isaacs. Wow, the more you see him, the more you just love his game, and today it's been from the perimeter. His defense has been impressive as well, but his third triple for the sophomore guard as that ball lost out of bounds. It'll go to Wasatch Academy. Coach Hartsock of Centennial, his team hung in this game that whole first quarter, but since then it has been all Wasatch Academy. It's a 28-10 run. Lohner, kick out. Saunders going to try the 3. That one no good. Mentioned he's got that wrap as an offensive foul. How about Mike Saunders Jr.? Boy, he just slides over and takes that one. What a job by the future Cincinnati Bearcat. And a young man who he's going to be sitting on ice tonight. I mean, he came down hard on that tailbone late in the first half, and there he draws a charge, and now we got a technical given to the Centennial bench. Coach Hartsock did not like the charge call. So free throws coming up for Wasatch Academy, and Isaacs hits the first. One more. 50-26, the advantage here for Wasatch Academy. Isaacs, another long 3. Richard Isaacs. He is having himself an afternoon. Tell you what, if you're Wasatch Academy, you got to start scheduling home games here. Is Colomero able to steal? The flying squirrel throws it down, 55-26. That ball deflected by Saunders, now a foul here. Going to be called on Lohner as he came in trying to create the steal. And that'll be the third on Caleb Lohner. 6:04 left here in our third quarter. Substitution coming in for Centennial. Elijah Hart, the sophomore, back on as Comanche heads to the bench. Had a screen underneath, and Hart was able to sneak under, but wasn't able to get in position to finish it as he has to bring the ball back up top. Here's Thomas, will dribble out from the corner, defended by Richie. Anderson, boy, Mike Saunders, he just does not give up space. The future Bearcat playing lockdown D today. Saunders, Richie tried to come up with a steal, just couldn't quite get there. Nice backdoor cut by Thomas, but the help there from Lohner to take it away. Ruiz will give it back. Thomas tries the pump fake, going up against Colomero. Couldn't get it, but Ruiz gets the tip.
Brandon Ruiz.
There's Isaacs. Wasatch Academy now being patient, getting set up in the offense here. Here's Saunders going to try a 3 near side. Richie Saunders. He missed his last 3. Uncustomary range for Richie, but able to dial it back in through the tape on the shooting hand. It's an even 30-point lead here. Hart gives it back to Ruiz, stripped away by Colomero. As it will stay here with the Bulldogs. A substitution as Milton comes back on the floor here for Centennial. Thrown in up top. Thomas tried to pass it to Anderson, and it's Richie Saunders nearly was able to get that over to Mike. And now numbers instead for Centennial. Hart with a nice pump fake to the rim. Boy, Lohner was coming in to block it, but just missed it, and Centennial eventually able to notch the pair. Ruiz was able to finish it for the Dogs. A lob for Lohner. Milton. Kind of got hung in the air there, no man's land, and tried to pass that ball over, but Wasatch Academy was there and really no place he could go with it. 60-30, midway in our third quarter. Pull up, Isaacs from the junction, rimmed out. Hart had that knocked away from behind by Leo. And Lohner able to track it down. Here comes Mike. Mike, how about that little stutter step in the air? Saunders again, hard to the floor. And he will earn a trip here to the line to shoot a pair. First free throw for Mike is off the back of the rim. Substitution, Comanche coming back on the floor here for Centennial. Second free throw for Mike is good. Good help there by Colomero to take it away from Hart. Take the space away. As ahead for Isaacs. Contact there, travel before the contact, so a turnover. Substitutions coming on for Wasatch Academy include Rigsby and Foose. Remember, Foose picked up a pair of fouls, went off the floor. Lohner came on for him, and boy, that was really the start of Lohner finding his rhythm. Foose on the floor with Lohner now, and a pair of duos down low as Lohner comes up with a steal to Richie, the lob to Caleb. Boy, he wanted to throw that down, couldn't gather, but was able to tip it in nonetheless, 63-30. It's Comanche. A handoff. Comanche trying to drive. Nice help there on the screen from Ruiz. And Ruiz hit the deck hard. Isaacs out to Saunders. Another three. In front of the rim. Foose with an offensive rebound. Has it taken away by Milton. To the corner. Comanche thought about the three. Looking to drive. An offensive foul. And from our angle, I don't know about that one. Coach Harsock's just laughing on the bench. Foose maybe bailed out on that one a little bit early, but official there called the offensive foul, and it's Wasatch Academy basketball. 2 minutes left here in our third quarter. Entry for Lohner is lost out by Lohner. Thought there was contact there. No whistle. Substitutions for Centennial. Thomas and Griffin back on the floor. Here's Anderson. He had a great start to this game. Ritchie going to get called for the foul here. A good take there by Anderson as he earns 2 free throws. Ritchie, a young man from Riverton, Utah, transferred down to Wasatch Academy last year. And boy, he really was a welcome addition to Wasatch Academy. You think of some of their tournaments down in Georgia and back east, and had great showing. Really started to see his recruiting pick up nationally. Offers from Creighton, BYU, as well as locally. Ends up picking Brigham Young Universities. We have a timeout taken here with 1:43 left, full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching the Pro Look Challenge on live.ksl.com. Out of the timeout. A little lackadaisical there on the pass in the backcourt. Centennial picking up their pressure here. This was how Centennial got back in the game last night. That press created a lot of extra possessions as the lob. That's what you expose yourself to in a press, and Foose able to throw it down. 65-32. That was the aspect Orem couldn't deal with last night. And another offensive foul as Foose steps in and draws it again. He's drawn 2 offensive fouls. And Coach Evans loving the hustle from his junior big man, and why not? Rigsby ahead for Isaacs. Lefts it for Lohner. And Wasatch Academy now starting to get opportunities at the rim uncontested. As Milton will dribble it out. 1 minute left here in the third quarter. Milton try to go off the glass, too strong. Isaacs, the lob for Lohner again. Down the other end, and Foose, that range affected the shot, and a dual possession here. Nice job by Anderson. How about Lob City in Mount Pleasant, Utah? On the road up at Orem nonetheless, but Isaacs to Lohner. The last trip down, and that's the show that is Wasatch Academy basketball. A lot of opportunities to see them here in the state of Utah. Mount Pleasant not that far away, and they'll play a number of games up in the valley as well. Really opportunity for Utah to showcase itself on a national and international scene. So here comes Rigsby. Leaves it for Foose. Contact there on the shot. A big Foose. He'll head to the line. We talk about the ability of Wasatch Academy to help represent the state. It's international pull. There's a lot of young men on this roster from Taiwan, Canada. How about China? One of the best players out of China, Zinli Li, the freshman on this roster for Wasatch Academy. And it's an international student population and an international basketball program. Coach Evans in his second year doing a phenomenal job as Big Foose hits them both 61-32, the advantage for Wasatch Academy. Anderson. Good help defense there by Foose to take away the driving lane. As Comanche has it here, another high screen. Lohner able to fight around it. How about the job of Lohner today? He's been matched up on Comanche. Talk about Comanche's ability to drive to the rim, and Lohner's just taking it away. There's a nice pull up there from Anderson as the quarter expires. The Wasatch Academy furthering that separation. They lead Centennial 71-34 in the Pro Look Shootout. Fourth quarter coming up next from Orem, Utah. Start of the fourth quarter here from Orem, Utah, 71-34. The advantage for Wasatch Academy. As mentioned, both these two teams have one more game tomorrow. Those games tip off starting at 3. There will be 4 games on the slate, and matchups will be determined later tonight as Isaacs started the game off shooting hot, and that has continued. Well, he's got to be, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game? I mean, I lost count, but he has just been dialed in from long range. As a foul here called on Logan Griffin. That's the 7th team foul on Centennial in this second half, so free throws the rest of the way for Wasatch Academy. How about this little storyline we haven't talked a ton about, but in that first half, Wasatch Academy picked up some early fouls as Pop misses his first free throw. Lohner gets the rebound. There's like a 5-2 or 6-2 foul disparity in the first half. A couple minutes remaining. It was Wasatch Academy. How about that, the 8th team foul on Centennial, and just 2 on Wasatch Academy. So the defense has been improved, and they've done it without fouling here in this second half, has helped to lead to this differential, as it's now 75-34. This Wasatch Academy team averaging over 100 points per game on the season, as Lohner goes 1 of 2 at the line. And, one of the things that Coach Evans does not have the luxury of here is the JV team, we'll call him JV, plays next, as that 3 is good. So a lot of the substitutions he would normally make, he can't make, and now we've got a turnover. So starters going to get extended minutes. Well, starters kind of your 2 deep, right? Going to get extended minutes here. As the JV's in the locker room getting dressed and ready, they play next. Anderson thought about the 3, trying to drive. Foose with a block and the foul. Boy, Colomero gave a look like, wait, really? He had a similar angle. The official saw it differently. I love the look of Leo there. Just as they look back, a look of shocking awe. Like, wait, what? 2 free throws for Anderson. The first good. 1 more coming up. Getting pressure here by Centennial. Colomero leaves for Rigsby. How about Rigsby with the dunk? Verticality on the 6'2 junior. Comanche going to try to answer with a 3. That skipped across. Long outlet for Isaacs. Blocked away, but Foose is there with the follow. Long 3, back of the rim. Loose ball, Rigsby has it. Lohner tried to hand it back to Foose. That pass was off target, and here come the Bulldogs. Blocked away by Rigsby. Pop to Foose. Long three here. That one no good. Foose with the rebound. Here comes Isaacs. They're out on the run again. Boy, tough finish for Isaacs. Makes it look easy, and a timeout taken. Here with 5:44 left, 83-39 Wasatch Academy in the Pro Look Shootout. .545 left here in regulation. Mentioned the offensive ability of Wasatch Academy. SID Dim Detchen just let us know 104 points, the average point output for the Tigers this season. Left for Foose again. On target to hit that average here again. Corner, Anderson gives it into Griffin. Here's Williams. Williams floats it up, gets fouled, and he'll head to the line. Again, for those of you wondering, the Wasatch Academy, their bench is getting ready for the next game. So a lot of the starters still in here for Wasatch Academy. It's not that Dave wouldn't want to sub them out, just doesn't have that luxury right now. His first free throw, no good. And one more coming up for the Bulldogs. About to fall 0-2 in this tournament. Lost a heartbreaker last night. We'll have one more game tomorrow. They've played well, though. Second free throw, good. I know the scoreboard in this one doesn't show it. Again, this was 20-16 after the first quarter. It was being battled, and that Wasatch Academy defense really picked it up, and then the offense started its rhythm going as Lohner misses that three. Miles Williams, that double team coming, and Mike comes up with a steal. Saunders, how about that throw down by Mike Saunders, and that one had to feel extra good. He had a breakaway late in the first half, and he missed the dunk. And he got another opportunity, wasn't gonna miss that one. Mike is, already mentioned, probably has about 4 bruised tailbones just from this contest. Ahead for Saunders, has Lohner with him. Oh, Lohner tried for the one-handed finish and couldn't possess it, but he'll make up for it with a triple. Caleb Lohner from long range, 90-40. Going up, Foose with the board. Midway through our fourth quarter, Mike here gonna slow things up. Rigsby, the three.
Brendan Rigsby.
Talking about a young man that can shoot the basketball. Brendan Rigsby is that. Able to hit a three. Seen him throw it down in this contest as well. It's a high screen. The foul here going to go against Rigsby. As substitutions coming on both benches. Richie Saunders coming on for Wasatch Academy. Meanwhile, for Centennial, 2 substitutions in Sherman and Hansen. pull up just inside the arc. That one good for Miles Williams. Here's Richie. We'll give it off to Mike. Mike, a straightaway three. Back of the rim, gets his own rebound. It was long. Rigsby will try a triple. That one long as well. Richie able to track it down for the Tigers. Give it back to Rigsby here. Rigsby pull up inside the key. Brennan Rigsby with a nice J there. Inside of 3 minutes left. Contact in the paint. Foul call as Miles Williams will head to the line here to shoot a pair. Williams, 6'1" junior. And he's had late minutes in this contest, but has not been shy about looking for his opportunities. Hit nice pull-up, possession to go, and now rewarded with a trip to the line where he makes his first free throw, and one more coming up for the juniors. Richard Isaacs will check back in here for Centennial as Foose will head to the bench. Second free throw rolls off for Williams and the Bulldogs. Colomero head to Rigsby. Rigsby going to try another triple. This one no good. Rigsby gets the rebound, kicks out, pop, pop. Why not?
Richard Isaacs for three.
Another triple for Richard Isaacs. Now, this has got to be a career high, at least at Wasatch Academy. He has been phenomenal offensively today. We'll say a season high. Then we're safe. Kick out into the corner. Wasatch Academy was there. Boy, nice job that time for Centennial. I think it was Blanner. Able to finish through the contested shot. Isaacs missed that three. Here comes Mike Saunders. Count the bucket. And the foul is there's that triple-digit mark for Wasatch Academy. Coming off a drive from Mike Saunders. And a timeout here taken by Centennial, 1:50 left. Saunders will shoot one after this. So one free throw coming up here for Mike. And able to hit it. From the elbow, kicked out to Blanner. Hands it off with Hansen. Here's Williams on the drive. In the paint, boy, tough shot, and that one able to go for Ethan Hansen. Boy, nice finish in the paint. That one was not easy for Ethan Hansen, the senior. Able to get that one to just crawl over. Boy, lost defense there as Saunders tries a three, can't hit it. Colomero able to regather. And again, Wasatch Academy showing a little patience here. Inside of 1 minute. left in regulation. Reminder, 3 more ball games coming up. Next, Wakefield and the JV team from Wasatch Academy will tip off. That game slated to start at 4:30. We've been on time in this tournament. Been ran incredibly efficiently. Would believe that game will start pretty close to its scheduled time as Colomero down the lane.
Leo Colomero.
There's Williams. Good job by Ritchie. Take away that pass underneath as Turner is trying to get a little bit of space. Williams will try the 3. Williams again. I mentioned he has not been intimidated. Enjoyed his willingness to shoot and go up against this Wasatch Academy defense. That one is now final. 103-50, the final score. The Wasatch Academy Tigers taking care of Centennial in the first game of the Pro Look Shootout. Reminder, our next game, the JV squad from Wasatch Academy will take on the Wakefield Warriors. We'll have that for you at 4:30. Our player of the game, I almost forgot it, for the Wasatch Academy Tigers. How can you not go with Richard Isaacs? Was phenomenal today, the scoring, the defense. Had a couple transition buckets, a number of 3s. Congratulations to Pop on a fantastic game here in the victory over Centennial. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. We'll see you at 4:30.